So today I have another reaction request, and this is from K-By, and this person would like me to react to SpongeBob conspiracy theories. This is by Alex Bale, and I was looking through his channel, and it seems like he has an extensive catalog of SpongeBob conspiracy theories. I just chose one, but we're gonna check it out and see what Alex has come up with behind the character Squilliam Fancy Son. Let's get into it.
Squilliam Fancy Son? Squilliam Fancy Son! Squilliam Fancy Son!
Squilliam Fancy Son III is Squidward's rival from high school band class.
So, I just
He's
took
so
my
pretentious.
private yacht across my private lake to my private heliport.
He's more wealthy, popular, and talented than Squidward, and he always rubs it in his face.
The unibrow.
That's right. I'm living your dreams, Squidward. Oh, just succeeding in everything you failed
He's
in.
like
I intend to
Squidward
prove that he's a
2.0.
fraud, using his wealth to make himself seem more popular and talented than he actually is. He
Like
goes
most
to
people on Instagram.
ridiculously extreme and expensive lengths to humiliate Squidward and show his superiority, and I'm gonna prove it.
It's all rented.
SpongeBob is one of my favorite shows from my childhood. Even going back now and rewatching the old ones, it still holds up. You
real.
might think it's just a kid's show, there's no continuity,
Nah.
there's nothing worth theorizing about, but the show constantly brings back characters
Oh,
and references
shit.
to previous episodes. And if you look closely, you can connect the dots and find some very interesting stories.
I didn't even
And
catch
today,
this.
I'm going to prove that Squilliam Fancy Son III is a manipulative fraud. Evidence number 1, the pet hospital. We first meet Squilliam in Season 2, Episode 15, Band Geeks. The episode opens with Squidward playing the clarinet and
Good
getting a knock
episode.
on the door.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street, and I understand you have a dying animal on the premises.
Oh
Immediately
god.
after, Squidward gets a call from Squilliam.
I love that bit, man.
Hello, you've reached the house of
Unrecognized talent.
Please start after the... Sounds as though you've got a dying animal to attend to, eh, old chum?
I believe that not only was Squilliam spying on Squidward to know when he was playing his clarinet, but he also hired the doctor to come and embarrass Squidward.
Is it just me, or is this doctor happy to see Squidward?
To come and embarrass Squidward.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street. Pet hospital down the street.
We have never seen a pet hospital in Bikini Bottom. We've only ever seen just the regular Bikini Bottom hospital. We've
is
seen
true.
this purple dogfish before, but once again, he's never worked at a pet hospital. We've only ever seen him at the regular general hospital.
Right.
Well, Mr. Squarepants, it seems you have
Weenie
the
Hut
sight.
General.
Are you ready for your treatment?
Then there's this green fish behind him, and we've only ever seen him as one of the many identical paramedics that work at the Bikini Bottom hospital.
That never
we
talks.
even see him at the end of the episode to take Squilliam away after fainting.
Oh,
so
there's
it is
multiple
very
of them.
likely that Squilliam hired these two and told them to pretend like they're from a pet hospital just to humiliate Squidward.
I agree.
But this is just the start of Squilliam's elaborate lies. Evidence number 2, the Bubble Bowl.
I knew
In the
it.
same episode, Squilliam also says,
I'm the leader of a big fancy band now.
Cap.
And we're supposed to play the Bubble Bowl next week. The problem is, I'm busy next week and can't make it. So I was hoping you and your band could cover for us.
but we've never seen Squilliam's band before.
For
And
real.
Despite claiming he's too busy to make it to the Bubble Bowl, he still shows up at the end to watch Squidward's band. So both his excuse and probably his band were made up to pressure Squidward into humiliating himself at the Bubble Bowl.
For real.
Evidence number 3, Squilliam's friends.
Pretty good.
In Season 3, Episode 8, Squilliam returns. Squidward leaves for work and conveniently bumps into Squilliam and all of his fancy friends, despite Squilliam not
Aw, he-
seeming like the kind of guy that would come near
He
the Krusty
brought those
Krab.
people.
He and his friends make fun of Squidward for working as a cashier.
Hold it! Don't tell me! You're a cashier! Don't lie. Lying always makes it worse.
But I believe that this encounter was planned out by Squilliam in advance, and he hired all of those people to pretend to be his friends.
I
Take
believe
a look
it.
at Squilliam's friends. They're all nicely dressed. You kind of get the sense that they're fancy, high-status members of Bikini Bottom, but they aren't.
I mean, they're
This
just
is more
wearing
like
a
what the
polo.
fancy rich people in Bikini Bottom look like. These are just some regular Bikini Bottom
Oh.
citizens. Most of them usually don't even wear nice clothes
My
like this.
leg.
And most of them are regulars at the Krusty Krab and would already know Squidward as the cashier.
Bruh.
My daddy doesn't have enough slime.
These are
Right.
not the type of people Squilliam would
He's
hang out with.
he's typically
I mean,
just
why would
bare-chested.
Squilliam be hanging out with one of Pearl's teenage friends?
I'm saying.
At the end of the episode, Squilliam even admits to his whole life being fake.
I made everything up about my life. I have no yachts, jets, or anything. I was only trying to impress you.
And then, of course, he
There it
quickly
is.
says he's just kidding.
Is that true? Of course not! I'm filthy stinking rich!
But was he kidding? I mean, obviously he's rich, but Is there a nugget of truth in there?
A golden unibrow?
Evidence number 4, the statue. In Season 7, Episode 6, Squidward has to pick up trash for community service, and Squilliam once again conveniently bumps into him and reveals he's cleaned up so much trash that the city actually built a statue of him.
Maybe if you clean up Bikini
Who
Bottom,
the fuck's
they'll
doing that?
build a statue of you. Oh, wait! They've already built one of me!
What city? What city does this? Nobody's gonna be like, hey man, we should build a statue of you because you put up so much trash. Way to go.
I cleaned up all the Bikini Bottom in only 1 week.
I believe that once again, this encounter was staged by Squilliam, and he actually paid to get that statue built.
Yeah.
As Squilliam tells Squidward about the statue, a female fish admires it and says,
Bless you, Squilliam Fancyson. Bless you.
but if you remember, this is one of those friends
Oh.
that paid, making her whole comment feel very
Yo!
fake. By the end of the episode, Squilliam's statue gets destroyed.
It's
A
all
police officer
connecting.
approaches and they have this exchange.
The fuck was it made out of?
It was.
Squilliam admits that it's his statue, not the city's. And why else would the officer give him specifically a ticket if
Yeah.
it was city property? Evidence number 5, the concert. In Season 6, Episode
actually
17,
really funny.
Squidward watches Squilliam play the clarinet at a big fancy concert. He receives a standing ovation, causing Squidward to leave angrily. But I believe this
Turtleneck.
entire concert is a scam. Not only has the audience been paid to cheer, but Squilliam never even touches his instrument. Once
True.
again, many of the audience members
Still
were part of
brand new.
Squilliam's quote-unquote friends, but we also
Bro.
never actually see Squilliam play the clarinet. The episode opens right after he's finished his performance with the audience
I need to
cheering,
be his
and
friend.
one member of the audience says,
He's such a great musician. He doesn't even have to touch an instrument to be brilliant.
maybe the real reason Squidward leaves so angrily is because the
Bro, that sounds like he got paid off for real.
audience cheered for Squilliam even though he never even touched his clarinet. Maybe Squilliam is just as bad as Squidward at the clarinet and he's trying to hide it. Squilliam has gone to some pretty extreme lengths just to humiliate Squidward, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to what he does next. Evidence
What's that?
number 6. The Music College. In the same episode, after
He's doing some
Squidward leaves
pretty
the concert,
extensive
he's
research here.
approached by the headmistress of the Bikini Bottom prestigious music college.
Aren't you the esteemed Squilliam Fancyson III, who we all came here to see perform tonight?
She mistakes him
Whoa.
for Squilliam and offers him a position as a professor. Squidward pretends to be Squilliam and teaches a class, only for the police to burst in and arrest him, all while he's being filmed on live TV. And I believe that this is Squilliam's most elaborate and most expensive scheme to destroy Squidward both publicly and legally.
I believe
this
it.
encounter where Squidward gets offered a job is already suspiciously convenient, but listen closely to their exchange.
I'm Squilliam Fancyson.
But didn't you just say a minute ago that your name was Squidward Q Tentacles?
It is. No, I mean, no, I didn't.
Well, that's a relief. I mean, what kind of a moron would go to their worst enemy's music recital?
Oh,
What
yo.
kind of moron would go to their own
She's
enemy's
throwing
music
shade.
recital? How does she know that Squidward and Squilliam are enemies? If she knew who Squidward was, then why didn't she recognize him? Why would she mistake him for Squilliam? This feels way too much like she was hired by Squilliam to set a trap for Squidward.
Hell
and if
yeah.
that's not enough, the headmistress's associate is literally just a guy from the paid audience wearing a disguise. He just threw on some glasses to seem smart.
Yo.
Squilliam knew that Squidward couldn't resist the opportunity to teach a music class, even if it meant breaking the law.
My very own music class.
Then we get to the Bikini Bottom
Oh my
prestigious
God.
music college, and right off the bat, there's something very fishy about
It's all
this
coming
place.
together.
The building itself is very green and grimy, and has a very cheap metal look. Nothing about this says prestigious, except for the big sign on top, which feels like the only new thing about this building. I think there is a very good chance that Squilliam just bought some old warehouse
Yeah.
and stuck a sign and some paint on it to disguise it as a college. I mean, look at these other schools in Bikini Bottom. They all have a very
So
nice
much
structure
better.
and a paint job. But
Wow.
this prestigious music college looks like a dumpster.
Literally a
Going into the
graduation
classroom,
cap.
not only does it have another one of Squilliam's friends, but if this is such a prestigious college, how did SpongeBob and Patrick get in here?
Would you two numbskulls mind telling me what you're doing in music class anyway?
Sure. Patrick's New Year's resolution was to learn to play an instrument.
They say it was their New Year's resolution
paid
to take
off.
a music class, but you'd think it'd be harder for them to get into an esteemed music school if they just decided to go to it on a whim.
I'm
Seems
saying.
like they're just letting in anyone to sell this ruse. Then, both the police, Squilliam and the headmistress, and a live news broadcast show up at the same time
They got
to arrest
butt cheeks on
Squidward
his
for
chin.
impersonating Squilliam. If the extremely coincidental fact that all of these people suddenly showed up at the same time isn't enough,
I don't know about you guys, it looks like the police officer on the left has a fake mustache.
For you to believe that Squilliam set it all up, I've got something that's going to blow your mind.
I'm ready.
Squilliam literally has the police working for him.
Squidward chew tentacles, I'm placing you under arrest for impersonating a genius.
If that doesn't sound like he's been paid off, I don't know what does.
Impersonating a
the
genius?
lengths that Squilliam goes to humiliate Squidward are insane. He literally builds statues and entire buildings just to make Squidward feel inferior. But why?
Yes.
Why would anyone go so far to embarrass an old high school band classmate? What happened between them? What could have caused this extreme level of dedication? Well, unfortunately, we never really get much information on their past. I've spent hours reading through the SpongeBob Wikipedia
hours
old episodes, and there really just isn't any clues that would explain their weird relationship. I guess we can't solve everything, but either way, that's my theory. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.
Bro, I thoroughly enjoyed this video. It was so funny, quite entertaining because I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob. I think the older episodes are the best ones. This is very well put together, actually. Having a conspiracy theory centered around Squilliam's fancy son, it all makes sense. It's already kind of implied that Squilliam already is jealous of Squidward for some reason. It kind of makes you wonder, like, why would somebody who is as wealthy as Squilliam care about what Squidward does, you know? But conveniently, he's always popping up where Squidward is at his lowest point. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that Squilliam has some type of like secret crush on Squidward, or Squidward maybe got with his girl in high school or whatever. I don't know what it is, but there is something there. There's definitely something there. And I think that Squilliam is probably just making all this shit up. So that's extreme levels of pettiness that I hope to never achieve. But if you guys enjoy my reaction, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you show Alex some love, and I'll see you guys next reaction video. Peace.